Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Saqib Ali from the Desktop World with a new exciting video on a Windows operating system. This is the second video on the Windows operating system series, Windows 11 especially. In this video, we're going to talk about the system requirement, hardware and software requirement for the Windows 11, as well as we will present a comparison between the Windows 10 system requirements and Windows 11 system requirement. Windows 11 released on 24th of June by the Microsoft has created havoc in the Windows operating system users, havoc in terms of system requirements. There are 1.3 billion users of Windows 10 operating system currently in this world. They are all looking forward to go to Windows 11. But unfortunately, this message, you can see the Windows cannot be installed on this system is creating havoc, creating disturbance all over the world for the Windows 10 users or Windows 7 users. We will talk about this annoying message, the reason behind this message, and the system requirement for the Windows 11 and what was the system requirement in Windows 10. Let's get started. As you know, there are more and more ransomware attacks, phishing attacks, DDoS attacks are being happened all over the world. Many famous and secure organizations are being broken into by the hackers and are being asked for the heavy ransom payments. As you can see, the pipelines, you can see the banks, and you can see the chain stores are being held for the ransomware all over the world against the ransomware attacks. This new release from the Microsoft, Windows 11, has been developed to counter these attacks all over the world. Security, privacy, and performance is the main reason behind the new operating system, Windows 11. As you will see from the system requirement comparison with Windows 10 and Windows 11, minimum requirement for the TPM, Trusted Platform Module, it is a chip, is an integrated circuit that provides the operating system with the functionality of keeping the security keys, your credentials, your passwords behind a secure wall. This is a hardware security module integrated into the motherboards by the OEMs. So let's have a brief look on the Windows 10 and Windows 11 system requirement comparison. We will compare the system requirement, software and hardware requirements of two operating systems based on the 5 parameters. Number 1 parameter is security. Under the security, we will see the two things, the TPM and UEFI version. Any of the TPM version can be provided by the OEM to fulfill the system requirement for the Windows 10. But in Windows 11, the TPM version 2.0 or higher is required to fulfill the system requirement. This is one of the main reasons behind the pop-up message you earlier see on the screen. The second thing under the security was UEFI and the secure boot. UEFI and secure boot was required in Windows 10 and this is also required in Windows 11, but the version 2.3.1 is compulsory. And the second parameter for comparison of two operating system is display. Windows 10 required the SVGA display, 800 by 600 pixel grid, at least 7-inch or greater display size diagonal, and DirectX 9 or higher. While the system requirement for the Windows 11 are higher, at least 720p, 1280 to 720p display size is required. Display diagonal size is 9 inches or higher, and DirectX API 12 or higher is required. Moreover, WDDM 2.0 or higher is required for the Windows 11 operating system. And the third parameter for the comparison is processor. Windows 10 require processor of 1 GHz or greater, and Windows 10 can be installed on the 32-bit or 64-bit, but after the version 2004 version of the Windows 10, only the 64-bit processor are supported. While on the Windows 11 side, 64-bit processors are supported. And one more thing that is creating the same pop-up message havoc is Intel Generation 8 or higher processor is required. Now we'll talk about the fourth parameter, the memory size. The RAM size. The RAM size required in the Windows 10 was 1 GB in 32-bit system, and 64-bit system is 2 GB or higher. But later on, the 3 GB or higher is required in Windows version 2004 update, and the memory requirement for the Windows 11 is 4 GB or higher. Now we'll talk about the storage requirement. Storage requirement for the Windows 10 was 16 GB for a 32-bit system and 20 GB of space required for a 64-bit system. While the same thing, the storage space required for the Windows 11 is 64 GB. So I have explained the 5 distinguishing parameters of Windows 10 and Windows 11 system requirement, software and hardware requirements. As you can see, the Windows 11 has raised the level of system requirement, especially the TPM requirement. Number 2 is the processor 1 GHz and dual core. Only the 64-bit processors with Intel 8th generation generation or higher is supported by the Windows 11. That's all for the video. In the next video, I will tell you how to check the TPM version as well as how to check if the secure boot is enabled or not. We will discuss the possibilities of making your old machine to run the Windows 11 operating system. That's all for the video. Please subscribe my channel, like my video and share with your friends. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.